back at disco. Alright, it looks like we're gonna have to play racist. Or play idiot, or I don't know what it is, but either way. That seems to be the next move. I don't know what else to do from here, so.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
No fucking way.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip.
The 360 flying spin kick. No way we land this shit. No fucking way. Okay.
The man lands with a dull thud,
Holy
a
shit.
broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head
Disco
up.
Inferno.
Fist on the button,
I'm a fucking.
the man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Hell yeah.
You're the new measure head now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's super fair.
The man is still.
Oh, I see.
tarpaulin cloak is still hanging on the railing. As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message. A rusting control panel with marsh on, arrête, off. This is the night watchman's booth. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty.
nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a
Why did you take that picture of René? Of course you are. What murder investigation would be complete without an arbitrary photo collage?
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap. Oh boy, where to start? Elevate. Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else. The enormity of the case before you dwarfs the list of side effects. You can't. You stand and exit.
Container, I'll turn you nice and...
The lyrics to this container song are being made up. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's.
Container, used to be Well Pines. Container, now belongs to Everard. Everard. I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Maid Martinez, oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is... Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand...
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down besides the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am. Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some...
He respects that word.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the gardener?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip too.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is.
So no one is...
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off. No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble.
He probably doesn't know anything anyway.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes I am, yes I am. So it's easier.
The containers in the yard are green in wild pine's livery, and the mountains rising. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
No, not really. Oh, I don't know, mister. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad. People say us Ubies are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Bye-bye now.
A rusting marsh. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay. Really? Kinda dumb, but
With
whatever.
a surprisingly quiet thunk, the harbor sleeps as the strike rate. The rustic, a faint smell.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers.
Before you stands a cargo container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again? You do? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on? You just picked one out because we are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked.
Dude, yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Why are you even trying to open a door?
Why are you what? Are you satisfied?
That's funny. I bet there is something good in there, though, or something. With all the silliness around it.
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply, with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well-bottomed.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. I'm Everard Clare. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting...
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand...
You go ahead, detective.
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong... I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face... Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid...
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be... So tell me, how can the head of the...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in
I'm fucking dead.
It's
Ain't no way.
violating.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your dip.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into...
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. Who does this guy think you are? Ronnie the Rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun. same, sinking deeper into his chair. Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters. I do want you to feel at home, Harry, truly.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that.
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think?
Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus... Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinaise. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy. What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left. Harry, I have little people in my org... Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one... Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real life...
His expression makes it clear.
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator... Of course, Harry, I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your... Tell her about all of it.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinaise. I know everything that goes on around here. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand, but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door...
Come now, I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple...
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Oh, no one. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't...
You want to send someone a message that the police are working...
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist... Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinaise. Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
dear Harry, there are literally millions of Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of...
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean,
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's
Are
written.
you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about...
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder. And I have...
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume? Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me. Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing. But Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. Your gun will be found, Harry.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Harry, Harry. I was only trying. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get up.
I assure you, we are working on locating the
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun find. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white union man.
Oh, hey, mister. I nearly be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said. No trouble at all, mister.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition. But I ain't the murdering type. But that's just me.
He's not lying.
Understood. This has been of limited use.
No problem. I wish.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just... Let's talk about our right to work.
Do the bitch.
The woman still.
Still here.
Everything's still good.
Hello, hello.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene.
Fuck, Kuno! He's off.
He'd rather die.
Kuno doesn't.
What do you see?
There he still is, looking right through. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. The lieutenant is clearly at a loss.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point to upgrade your endurance. Gain new skill points.
Maybe it's okay if you don't make it today. The dead man isn't going anywhere.
I'll die before I squeal.
Hello again, sir. Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed. No, no, sir.
She's a working woman who comes to. I think she is a bad.
Her hands move over the book covers. The woman before.
What have you found?
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat.
Proper weightlifting gloves would definitely afford a better grip.
The barbell waits.
Oh.
Vigilance officer? What can this...
As Rene turns to, the larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun. A crowned head in front of... It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. A small blue star. The setting sun was a decoration
For bravery. For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my...
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
It was on the first month of the revolution here in King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his... Alas, the young Brisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing the tunic of purple velvet and cockatoo feathers to battle. Even his rifle was red-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
He really despises that Drissant fellow.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Risson marched us against the partisans in Coron. When I say march, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage. I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg. I grabbed my sidearm.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of Haut.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
Oh no.
Right. So I I grabbed the freak and started. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced he was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than the old carabinier stands quietly.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Bon Dieu. You and Gaston must be related. His blood runs yellow too.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly. And you
do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too.
Oh, yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord,
I'm not getting into this with you again.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impressed.
That's fucked up.
Officer, the mere sight of police in Martinez.
Alright, this is how we're gonna do
Yes, I'm getting that sandwich. Let's go.
This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads, salmon, sandwiches. This calls for an engineering angle. Structural rigidity, exposed rafters, lattice works, that type of approach.
Mon Dieu, that is an excellent idea. That would be
beautiful. Now bring it home with paprika.
Ce serait délicieux. Can you make that sandwich, officer? I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left.
I win.
Okay, sure.
Let's go, got a sandwich. Fucking wild. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, this shit's so silly.
Oh, hello, dear.
Can I help you?
The man ponders his cooking.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why, like I already told you, I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on what...
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. What you want is of no significance. What are we going to do to... The Union isn't going to...
God.
If anything, it is the art...
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Again.
Good one, Titus.
Yeah, lawman.
It's almost an anthropological sight.
Not in the arrested.
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the knife while the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve. There's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
Look, coppers, I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us and 2 of you.
last thing you hear is a little murmur.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Not an echo. No one screams. It's more dead cops.
No, fuck. Gigantic mistake. Dude, I don't got my sandwich anymore. I'm pissed.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare? Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verm-like corruption.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope...
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we...
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she had. Tell her she'll like you for it.
Oh. That's...
The lieutenant looks at you. He's able to contain the anger.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then...
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun? Well, maybe he's not as... Of course, until then, is there...
Give me a moment.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
They do say the painter always paints his own.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, pig.
I think everyone would rather you did.
Oh, does that kill me? That's so dumb. Oh, man.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had, you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right? He watches you melt down stoically. Nothing you can... Cop gives up. still is, looking right. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. The lieutenant.
Officer.
You can
Maybe it's a...
Fuck, does Kuno care?
He's on your...
Fuck! Kuno! He's off.
He'd rather die than work with the just...
Kuno doesn't...
The door... This door... Still nothing. The lieutenant... Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Still here, stuck in.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell...
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles.
Here you go.
To the left of some a small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
A colourful the bottles with there. The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles there, he still is. barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous.
Proper weightlifting glove.
Hello again, officers.
They do say the painter always paints his... No, it's...
That's pretty fucked up.
You're a real but I'm all out of fuel oil.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil. That beautiful wall deserves nothing less.
My fuel oil is for my kinema.
Give me a moment.
Vigilance officer? What can this all count?
As Rennie turns to, a small... The setting, a crown... It's the crown.
For bravery. For doing...
He saved some muddy prince.
It was on King, alas.
He real
Purple.
To keep the long, the rep... I go short, then his... Sure, yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and... money is tight. She... is nobody.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she...
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. No one. The bus has been unmanned since...
No one has been guarding the...
Yes!
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill mind.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off.
It's not charity. Not to me. Up there, I give it all I got. I earn my keep.
Something about him has changed. He's calmer somehow.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway. I grabbed my side.
Captain,
the bane of...
When I came to, the Dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant. He didn't. I hoisted the prick on my back and started crying. He was the commanding of...
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than...
Because he was a goddamn royal...
Whoa, it is not. The old...
What, Monsieur? And that...
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man.
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. How did you find the story to be, officer? Maybe, but also be... Oh, no.
Do not speak of what you know not. Bah.
Oh,
I know.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your...
Officer.
A man so... Too late. Say one of...
All right. Let's... Oh,
do not.
We knew her. She was...
And then you stole her.
Oh, officer.
You stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from...
We were just... No point starting.
Sure, officer. Sweet. She died. René and I were...
Died.
Departed. She could not... She was always living... Heck, technically...
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy.
He suddenly remembers. You...
Of course, officer.
There, he still is. Looking.
Fuck you, game.
Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crime and convulsion.
That was a good percentage that time, too.
Little black bubbles pop on the corpse.
Officer.
You can open...
Maybe it's okay if you don't.
You keep coming back. That's good of it.
You find your... The box smells like cat.
Economical, but also trendy. Look, haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically very cool.
You find your hands deep. The box smells...
Economical?
You see two lowly, defeated speakers.
I can see you were tasteful.
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossible.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are...
Only found ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine. These ones a small...
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. These, officer? These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm a...
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic.
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Well, if you... But see, they are... If, on the other hand...
Damn. So you have to buy the sneakers first.
The shine on these...
Those you've...
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium...
No luck.
Oh!
Hey, at least it might
like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race. In true, I said nothing about. I am not the first line of defense. I am. You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. Find out for yourself.
Interesting.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's find out what that does.
Your race descent has temporal. Ask what kind of races there are.
Do you? What thing?
You are obviously. There are 3 categories of race. I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise.
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and a receding genetic pool has led. You know them by the names of their nations. Mahoon is a derogative term in some municipalities of Oranje. People do it. The Maun, colorful the Vesper
Fuck,
as proven by the Maun and the Areopagite. The latter is the Khoikhos of Grad. Yes. Pinkness. The Khoi. Wouldn't he be one for?
I want out of this conversation. I don't think it's getting me anywhere.
Enough of Tibet. Tips the FR. Lesser race the mesquite. It seems unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile offspring. Yes. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you need to intern. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss. The fan stands still. The bed is still cold. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with your hands. However skillful, it's too late. The door is...
I've got nothing to say to you. I suggest.
Even though she has excellent control over her.
No. Talk like I already told you. What you want is. What are we going The Union is. If anything.
Officer,
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see. Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic. What I can do for you is answer some questions. You have. And how did you like, Mr. Oh, come on now. Corruption.
The position of my
Of course. How could I...
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear.
Of course, detective. Until then, is there...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. What a shirt. All smells like worn cotton with a side.
Sniffing is okay. I mean, even if the man from Helmdown...
Okay.
You sound skeptical. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Helmdal.
It's for the best, because Eamdal is not. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting.
Too rare.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I sympathize. Welcome to Helm. Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure thing. Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their wild pines overall. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claim.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your guy.
People as oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying, even when they're...
Sure, man. Sure. Let me have a look. Another time, perhaps. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned.
This is a pawn shop, and it did. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Sure, man.
There he still is. The front of this court, because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in a shameful way to treat a former king, even one as underwhelming as, because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, to your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. After rifling the pages with the magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when they're only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics,
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bank.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that why they decided to title this. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds. Ludicrous This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects. Where to even start? For what? So, all of it, basically. Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nastab and Kalada. There's no way those are real names. Have you ever met anyone named more than that? They're likely. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around the track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a frita. And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
I can imagine. Something tells me there's not exactly a If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of This section includes a long, tedious. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that. It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kaczynski himself. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV. Based on the description in this article, he appears to be an extremely competent and democratically elected president. Sapormat Sport Kaczynski is well into his third decade as president of the SRV. Outside Samara, he's known for three things: brutal repression of internal dissent, monumental corruption, and a near pathological obsession with physical fitness. It's quite straightforward. A standard match features one man, or in some cases woman, against one bear. Two competitors, one ring, 5 rounds, or, according to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively. That's very much the idea. President Kaczynski has long maintained that a strong body is the best defense.
The Samaran People's Republic? No, they're quite the spectacle as I understand. I've heard they make the people on account of the blood, you see.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent. This must be Gaston's handiwork.
Darn
One
canyon.
of the editorials proclaims that the sounds like their bodies just. You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Thank you.
A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. You feel compelled to point out that you carefully fold the wrapper. The worn mat features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinaise, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinaise North.
Ooh, cold outside.
Finally, coming to a halt on the spot, we...
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map.
It's just a racist mug. Oh boy, here we go. But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you... It's the legend. Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the still wet. The toilet paper peels off. An aluminium block run. The surface is interrupt. Looks like an official mark.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to our C. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has...
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden paper, arson, petty theft.
Huh? Two. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of girls, the notebook is annual. You don't exactly it takes about half an hour to piece. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. True love is possible only in the people call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's the graffito crew is easy to track down. Oh, the case files do not show you finding the author. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, a staggering 78% of voters. In any case, it appears to have been a rare case, aka Leslie and Burke, aka the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his you would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals, or can you keep your threatening? It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk at. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable, he came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indeed, which is also why the officer responsible. Narrowly, it would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound. That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never... Who knows? Those pages... One day you may still catch the man with the square gun. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof. on the hillside by the moat. Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll asshole. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to... No, you didn't have time for murder. Tum tum tum. At the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve, was doing it solo, said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister, was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot. Mills didn't get off the pot. No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into... Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day. Yeah, so anyway, young man in his 20s, found no one in Mills. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard. It's made of dark blue. Something rattles inside, and something small inside. Light, made of paper or cardboard. Permeables. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. With your hands, you four-sized pages hang from the... The two sides of the board appear the slides snap back into place. It should be without resistance or sound. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who do you think? 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. They let you go there, too. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of card. It smells of chewing gum, exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chewing gum. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of you. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what?
Detective, is everything...
Wait, what?
There is nothing again. Nothing sad, brother. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Here in the Paleom, because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the old factory system, they call it the apricot.
Yeah, man. Fuck everything. Total blackout forever. Low bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid.
There is no Voyager. Your name?
It's certainly. Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking.
You think they would let you? Until you
Yes. They're pouring some.
Its delicious, glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery.
Drink.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water.
What happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed 10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The ledger of...
The afternoon sun shimmers off the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage. Do something important? Something murder-related? This is with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed. The high center of balance is offset due to a quite steep price tag. It is very unusual.
You want to take 130?
I reckon that's man, that's got to be a major advancement over...
Yeah, you know it? Yes, that's right. I'm very impressed that you know this thing. Yes, an extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so? Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Anything else?
There he still is, looking. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the
Thank
mind
fuck.
telling you to run, and your stomach to ring it.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. These are clearly not boots. They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not. It's clearly some manner of
ceramic plate. Zirconium under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
The stench fills your nostrils.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, Ab?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why.
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot? It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, for a full set, about...
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them? Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part a small bell-like sound. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic
Faint, organic lines cover the plates, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, if trees were made of porcelain. This is the smooth, glossy surface. Fractures. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50. One.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. Just something I scraped together from my... I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. Piece by piece. He's been out... We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield... No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt with...
Nice. That makes sense.
A good point. He could have been intoxicated, or something we cannot yet imagine. I shouldn't...
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. Right now, everything seems to fit their confession. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the cadaver hangs. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle...
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his... He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
A Trigat Sunshine.
Trigat is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera...
Shit, Kuno!
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy...
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home. Just dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode.
I'm gone. Into the wild. In the past. Way out. I'm a joke. question. Coming Rider. Proper Rooney. Fuck no. No, you don't. That's right. Stupid boy. Because you have loved it, me and Provocopo. It was love all along. Sure, Lobo. Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming.
Do I remind you?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure we got out of that one? Please come back later, Corpo.
As you narrow your eyes, this is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up.
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem.
Stop talking in riddles.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his...
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilo.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard.
Big Teddy!
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
I agree.
His personality is no longer
totally dead. Absolutely.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso...
Of course. Come back later.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his...
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a...
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some...
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
I'll blow his head off.
Take it!
Yeah, take the shot!
Silence. With his elbow and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel. separates the scouring stick and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. Securing it, that's a Kiel A9090 armistice. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the...
God damn it.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped. Kuno's sorry too.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate remain collegial officer. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. It's bad as it is. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
This is the sorriest.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer!
The buckle comes into focus.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
A plume of smoke. You missed the belt.
Oh, does that kill me? Oh well.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total.
Fuck me? Please leave the radio.
Nothing you... Cop gives up.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what I call it. We'll do it more tomorrow. We figured it out at least. Alright, guys. Have a good one. Later.